Happy Wednesday. This is Wednesday Wine Happy Hour. Carl's Wine Club members, Canadian wine lovers, welcome you all. It's 5 o'clock here Pacific time, so we are live talking Summerhill Pyramid Estate Winery, talking Canadian wine, talking Siren's Call, talking many other topic, Carl's Cellars. So there's a lot that we want to talk about today. So here I'm running solo. Guess what? Yeah, my business partner, aka my wife, aka my better half, is at the airport right now. Coming back home finally. Yeah, she's been away for more than 24 hours now. Yeah, no, coming back later. But yeah, I'm writing solo tonight, so much more on my plate. So I need your comments. I need you guys to feed this text box with lots of comments so we can chat about a bunch of things. But no, this is Summerhill Pyramid Estate Winery Week. We have, to my opinion, probably one of the highest rated feature pack that we have in a really long time, if not one of the top, definitely one of the top 5 highest rated pack from a on the wine basis. I don't know when's the last time that I remember to have that many high score bottles in the same pack. So it's pretty exciting. These wines are absolutely off the chart. So we're gonna talk organic wines. We're gonna talk biodynamic wines. We're gonna talk land and vineyards, about Summerhill, how they grow, how they do stuff. And this is in my glass. I have not tasted yet, but I am so thrilled to taste for the first time the next vintage after 2014, the Spadefoot Toad Syrah. So tonight I'm tasting and rating live the 2016. This is the brand new release after a outstanding showing of 2014. One of the wine that made me realize that Summerhill was much more than what I was thinking. I had in my mind that Summerhills were an outstanding sparkling traditional method producer, probably the best in the country. But I didn't know, I had no clue that they had that reserve line or that top line of red wine. I was seeing Summerhill from an outsider of BC, where my importers in Alberta provided us with the Aaron Felser, a lot of the entry-level wines from Summerhill. I had no clue about the Spadefoot Toad vineyard. I had no clue about their barrel reserve program. So when I tasted last year the 14 Spadefoot Toad, by the way, I gave it a 95 points. It finished but number 2 wine of the year last year, just behind the 18 Nota Bene. And now this is the new release of the vintage of the 2016. I am thrilled to see what's in my glass. Couple reasons why the 14 rated so high for me, and many other after that I rated it in the fall last year. Rated that wine as well with very high scores. To me, the hook on that wine was the texture. I experienced, for one of the first time, I would say probably the first Canadian wine with that level of texture. The silkiness of that 14 was absolutely to another level, and that's what hooked me up, and that's how I really wanted to dig deeper into the Summerhill portfolio. So we're going to talk about that. Now, I want to say hi to Yannick, who's already on. I want to say hi to John Lewis here from, I believe, from Ontario. JD Valliere, my Red Sox buddy. Jean-Denis, un beau bonsoir. Je vais en profiter pour dire un beau bonjour à tout le monde en français. à tous nos amateurs de vin francophones, les amateurs de vin canadiens francophones, que ce soit au Québec, que ce soit au Manitoba, au nord de l'Ontario, partout dans les provinces de Maritimes. Un beau bonjour à tout le monde. Merci de nous suivre. Un grand plaisir d'être en direct encore avec vous. Jean-Denis de la région de Québec, Pierre Nollet, tout le monde de la région des cantons de l'Est, de l'Estrie, la région de Sherbrooke. Un beau bonjour à tout le monde. La région de Victoriaville, un moment, en espérant que Mom, tu es là, que tu es en direct avec nous autres. Un beau bonjour à tout le monde. Nouveau-Brunswick, puis tout ça. À soir, on parle de Summerhill Pyramid, qui est un vignoble qui a débuté dans les années 90. Puis, et puis très, 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 au commencement de leur opération, ils se sont tournés vers une agriculture organique. Et maintenant, tout leur vignoble du domaine est maintenant biodynamique. On a 3 vins biodynamiques ce soir qu'on va goûter, que j'ai goûté la semaine passée. J'ai été absolument enchanté de goûter à ces vins biodynamiques qui sont extrêmement spéciaux. Le chardonnay est un chardonnay d'une pureté incroyable. Le Riesling est un Riesling d'une pureté fantastique. Le Pinot Noir, les 3 du millésime 2020 sont d'une pureté absolument incroyable. Donc, j'ai noté, j'ai scoré, je ne sais pas si on peut dire ça en français, scoré. En tout cas, je les ai ratés 93, 92 puis 90 points, les 3 biodynamiques. On va en parler un petit peu plus tard. Ensuite, on va parler de Syrah's Call, qui est un petit producteur de l'Ouest, dans le sud de la vallée de l'Okanagan. Mark Simpson, le propriétaire, est venu chez moi à la maison lundi soir, quand on était en perte de courant. On a eu une panne de courant majeure. Et il y a des désastres écologiques présentement dans l'Ouest canadien, là, des désastres, des inondations incroyables dans la région de Chilliwack. Nos pensées sont avec les gens du Lower Mainland. Mais en tout cas, on a eu des grosses tempêtes lundi. On a perdu le courant pendant 10 heures. Mark Simpson, le propriétaire de Syrah's Call, est venu chez nous. On était aux chandelles. On a fait une dégustation de 10 de ces vins qu'on lance présentement sur le cellier Carl Cellar. Une expérience incroyable. Donc, on va parler de ça un petit peu plus tard. So, everyone in French has been said. What's going to happen today? Jeanette Flynn just tuned in. I said, Carl, excited to hear the review of the new Spadefoot Toad. Yes, I am absolutely thrilled. And Mira, I would say last year, before that Mira tasted the Cuvée 19e Chardonnay from Pearl Morissette, I believe that it was her top wine that she ever tasted was the Spadefoot Toad 2014. That she's not here tonight. She hasn't had a sip yet. Like I haven't yet to either, but I'm waiting for her to be back from the airport tonight to taste with her. I know she's pretty excited. She's been texting. Yeah, have you opened the bottle? Have you tasted it? So yeah, it's pretty exciting. Gail Butler just joined us. Happy Wednesday, Gail. Rainy and cold night in Kanata, just outside of Ottawa. So, Gail, don't worry. It's been rainy. It's been muddy. It's been like yucky around here as well. We had a few sparks of sunshine. Beautiful sunrise this morning by the lake in Shannon Lake where we're at. So it was pretty spectacular. But yeah, now it's been cold as well around here. The kids went to school with their snow pants yesterday. There was a little carpet of snow yesterday morning in the high altitude here in the Okanagan. So they were pretty thrilled to go jump in the snow. No, I was not as thrilled as they were, that's for sure. Jean-Denis Jean-Denis is just calling me in the back here about my French. But yeah, Mira's going to be back around 11 tonight, and that's me. And I'm going to taste solo here the Spadefoot Toad, probably in 10 to 15 minute time before I would like to this sweater kind of bugged me here. I'm gonna take that off because the collar. Ow. There you go. There you go. Now, good to go. Before let's chat a little bit about the whole lineup that we have this week with Summerhill Pyramid, and also a little recap. Summerhill established in the late 80s, 1980, when Stephen Sipes moved his family from New York City all the way to Western Canada. He was looking for land, a place where he can raise his family, retired peacefully, work the land, becoming a farmer, and just have a nice, quiet retirement. And he finally ended up in the Okanagan Valley, which was pretty much a virgin land back then. Find a beautiful piece of land on the east side of Kelowna, right by the lake, by the Okanagan Lake, and started to farm. And he started to farm early on. Well, the story of how he started to farm organically, and he planted some vineyards. And year 2 or 3, where the vineyards were growing, he was never been a farmer before. He was a developer in New York. So Stephen asked for some friends around to help him to farm the vines and to take care of the vines at certain points during the summer. And the friends came and asked him to wear that big suit, protective suit, and the mask, because they're going to start to spray the vineyard. And Stephen was shocked. He was absolutely shocked, and he couldn't believe that now they was having pesticide sprayed all over the vineyard, and his kids are going to go play in there, and they're going to harvest that and going to offer that to people, and people are either going to eat these fruits and vegetables or make wines with that was filled with chemicals. So, hey, look who's here. Special guest, Mira Boucher.
Hey, guys.
Welcome.
How's it going?
Good. Did they let you go?
I'm just about to go through security
out
here. Have you guys already talked about the craziness that's happened in the in BC?
No, not yet. I just mentioned it a little bit in French. I have not talked about the whole thing. We're going to talk a little bit more about shipping challenges a little later on, but I don't want to alarm the people a little too much. So, yeah.
No, I'm sure that part's going to be okay. But yeah, it was an interesting time for me to be traveling, that's for sure. So I'm in Calgary, and I'm going to listen in to you guys, but I will spare you the, the moving around and stuff, security flights and all that.
How busy the airport is right now?
It's pretty much empty.
Pretty much empty. Cool.
Yeah, I mean, you can see here.
Holy crap, yeah. You need to find a nice little wine bar up there.
Everything's like closed. Like, honestly, it's very eerie out here.
Weird. Anyway, so if you pass security, I think Vinoteca has a small little wine bar at the airport. Get up there, go get a glass of wine if you have time, and tune in and tell us what's in your glass. How about that?
How about that? I love that. I'll see what I can find. And I can't wait to taste that Syrah. You haven't tasted it yet, have you?
Not yet. I was just mentioning that the 14 was pretty much before you taste the Cuvée 19 from Pearl Morissette. Spadefoot Toad Syrah was your favorite wine that you've tasted in the past.
Totally. It made me fall in love with Syrah.
Yeah, we are extremely. I haven't tasted yet. But I'm gonna have a little head start. But I'm gonna wait for you tonight, and I want to have a glass with you when you come home.
Yeah, don't taste the whole bottle. Leave a little bit for me.
Might leave a little bit.
Nice. Can't wait. We'll have fun.
Okay.
See you guys. Happy Wine Wednesday.
Hey, safe flight. Go get a glass of wine and tune back in, okay?
I will. I'll stop by again and see you guys.
Down low it says hi, by the way.
Awesome.
Okay.
François, you guys.
François, un beau bonjour, grand-papa. Un beau bonjour qui nous dit bonsoir de la région de Victoriaville. Content de vous avoir en ligne. Grand-papa, j'espère que ça va bien. En passant, votre vin du Club à Carl est commandé. Ça devrait arriver d'ici la fin de la semaine. Juste pour vous laisser savoir, ma mère puis François se sont commandés une caisse de vin du Club à Carl pour célébrer la saison de Noël. Donc, intéressant, on va voir ça pour vous autres à la fin de la semaine. Essayez de vous en garder pour la saison de Noël. So, I was just talking about, we're just talking with Mira here, who's just going through security. So, Steven Sipes established his family, and when he saw all of these, like this, the crazy spraying going on, he stepped back and he's like, okay, he wanted to rethink the whole process because he did not agree on the whole thing and started to farm organically. And let's think about that. Early 1990, it was not something that was widely offered. Like barely no vineyard. Well, first and foremost, the Okanagan Valley had probably like 15 to 20 at the most winery at that time. So organic growing was not something that no one was even talking about. So Stephen was the first one in the Okanagan to start to follow that philosophy, because to me it's value, it's philosophy, it's culture, it's more than just a term. And he built that whole program around that. And Summerhill has been following these principles since almost the beginning. And when the 2000s started, early 2000, they started to hear about biodynamic, and they early on also adapted that whole thing. So their own vineyard is biodynamic. Sorry, they were one of the first to, but they were the first to have the B Corp accreditation, and also the Dexter, I think it's Dexter, the Dexter designation as well. Some of the top biodynamic accreditation. So they are the leader in that field. What does it do? I do like what? Because let's say 10, 15 years ago, I was not the biggest believer on organic farming. And like, you know, like when you follow international wines and that wave of organic started to be promoted, and like, okay, I think to me it's just like a hook where people wants to do things differently, but does it make really a big difference? I didn't think so. And more now, organic is not, it's the, like, I will be curious to know what's the percentage of grower in Canada who follow the organic principles, but it has to be close. It has to be, I would say, 50%. So, but when we taste the biodynamic wine, one thing that really resonates to me is the purity and the feel good kind of sensation, how you feel drinking it. And that's funny, when Mira had the first sip of Rieslings, my first swirl and sip, it's a feel about purity. And Mira said, like, it feels so good to drink it. It feels like the juice is pure. So the whole thing around these three wines in the back, it's pretty special. I love, especially for me, the Chardonnay as an extremely well-balanced structure with acidity, with texture. But again, the purity of the fruit is something absolutely spectacular. I brought it to friends this weekend on Sunday for AKA Karen Chapman and Jan, people who works in the wine industry. And I blind tasted them on that Chardonnay, and they said it's one of the best Chardonnay they tasted this year. Young 2020, but great roundness, beautiful lemony acidity, zippy, but the texturally is wonderful. I gave it a 93 points. Great price point for $40. It's not always like you see a bunch of $40 Chardonnay now on the market. This one, not only deliver, but over deliver. That's what this is, top premium, and you feel it in the quality, in the texture, in the lang. So hats off to to the winemaking team. And this is my Rockstar Chardonnay. This is the estate grown biodynamic Chardonnay from Summerhill. Thumbs up. I really, really enjoyed it. Just 1 point under the Chardonnay. It's the Riesling. Estate grown biodynamic, again from the 2020 vintage. Again, it's purity. 40 grams of residual sugar, but I've never seen that number so high but doesn't feel that sweet. There's a sweetness. There's, like, let's say, a ripe peach at the end. There's nothing heavy sweet in that wine. The level of acidity and key lime bursts. There's some ginger in the mid palate. And yes, that sweet peach at the end bring that fresh sweetness, but nothing heavy candy sweet in there. So this is a beautiful Riesling. Texturally, again, it's a little bit more European style, with a little bit more Alsatian. I won't say totally German, but Alsatian style with bright acidity, nice sweetness, great depth. This wine has a depth, like 3 deep layers. Texturally, it's thicker. There's everything in there to make it an outstanding celebration wine. I gave it a 92 point. It was fantastic. And the third biodynamic wine on this portfolio, on this offer, is the Pinot Noir, more New World style, a little bit more on fruit. I had it side by side with some Meyer Pinot Noir, the Beefield. And yes, Okanagan Falls type of Pinot are more minerality. It's more flowery. It's more flinty, earthy, old world. This is more on the Washington State, Oregon style, fruit forward, plum, tobacco, raspberry. So yeah, that Pinot Noir is modern, but 100% biodynamic. The 2020 vintage, this is to be drink young, but there's also a nice grip. So if you like your Pinot New Age, that's the way to go. I gave it a 90 points. It was fantastic. So here for the first red. Also, there's the one that I didn't mention. It's the bubbly, the Sipes, the Sipes Brut, who's Riesling based with Pinot Blanc Chardonnay. It's one of the most awarded wine in the country every year for 20 years now. The Sipes now, I think at $29, is one of the most celebrated sparkling wine in the country for its consistency, its champagne method, but it's easy drinking, beautiful mousse, great versatility, and you do not break the bank with the $50, $60, $70 bubbly. But if you look for that bright acidity, also that a little bit of yeastiness, just a tad, there's everything. It's a champagne method. It's more than a simple sparkling or a frizzante. It's totally more complex. There's a little bit of baked good in there, but that bright exotic fruit with the Rieslings and the orchard fruit as well. So every year you've seen this wine winning international competition around the world, consistently rated 92, 91, 90 points, always over 90 points. It's a model of consistency for over 20 years now. I really, I've been using that wines for at least 15 years, if it's not 20 years. Even finished second at the Golden Plate 1 year with that wine. It's a culinary competition to support the Olympic athletes that every province put together. And 1 year we worked with Summerhill when I was back in Calgary. So, and we won second place with our recipe that year. pair with the Sipes brew. It's always great, great memories tasting this wine. Like I said, with Christmas around the corner, holiday season, that sparkling will not make it to December 31st. This is a go-to, highly recommended. Now, two other bottles of red, and before I go to this, because I know that lots of people want me to taste it and give you my opinion on that. This is we got our hand on this pretty cool bottle. So this is Reserve Barrel red wine, but if you look closer, it says multi-vintage. So the cool thing here, it's a wine with 4 different years in there: 2012, 2013, 2014, and 2015, of a blend of 6 or 7 different kind of grape: Syrah, Cab Franc, Pinot Noir, Zweigel. There's also Merlot in there. It's a blend of some of the top barrel from 4 different years. It makes this wine a big, juicy, full body wine, something you want to eat with like roast meat, something fatty. This is big and bold, new world, new age, modern style of wine. This is really, really cool. A $35 blend. I gave it a 92 point, if I'm not mistaken. It's big. It's close to 15%. It's 14.5% alcohol, but it's not heavy. It's a tad smoky, a hickory. There's a little bit of barbecue smoke in there. There's a little bit of bacon fat as well, but lots of dark fruit, ripe fruit. So yeah, not sweet at all, not too heavy to make you feel bleh, but just like fun to discover, and a nice partner with the big steak. So that's where we're at right now with our 5 bottles out of 6 on that feature, and number 6 is right here in my glass. So I just want to remind you that 2014 Spadefoot Toad Syrah from Summerhill made number 2 of the year, my number 2 wine of the year last year in 2020. So it's with lots of excitement and a lot of anticipation that I'm getting into that to taste this. I'll smell, taste, and rate. So this is a very also a very special vineyard, and this is from Oliver. So the vineyard, Summerhill, is located in Kelowna on the east side of the lake, but they have their, I would say probably like 20 something acre of their home vineyard in Kelowna, but they also have long-term contract with grower in the south of the valley, mainly where they purchase, I think, their Merlot, also purchased in Okanagan Falls. There's different places in the south of the valley where in the long-term partnership, and you have to be organic grower now to be part of the Summerhill portfolio of grower. And yeah, the Spadefoot Toad vineyard in Oliver, it's a very tiny vineyard where his owner treat every single plant, every single vine, every single grape to a very high level of attention, detail, and sophistication. Like he almost massage every vines once a day. It's absolutely crazy what he's doing. So it's a very small, and the result every year of the grape coming out of that vineyard is very special. They also do a very small amount. They also grew a very small amount of Sangiovese in that vineyard, and that's why we have as a bonus pick the Spadefoot Toad Syrah, the Spadefoot Toad Sangiovese 2017, also brand new release. But I want to focus here on that Syrah because of the humongous success that the 2014 and how eye-opening that 2014 Spadefoot Toad was for me. And now I'm going to taste it for the first time. So first rating of this one was 95 points of the 2014. So I don't know. 2 years younger though. The wine is younger. I can feel a little bit more brightness in here. There's definitely that blueberry, cassis blueberry. A little bit of smoke, barbecue smoke, not smoke fire, smoke ashtray, barbecue smoke, the grill. Plum. There's also black licorice. Maybe a little bit of sage too. Okay. The texture is in the same pattern, the same, reminds me of 2014. Not as soft though, not as fluffy, not as silky yet. But I have to keep in mind it's not a 2014, it's a 2016. So 2 years younger, not at the same level. Bright acidity. I'm surprised because 16 was a very hot vintage, so I didn't expect something bright like that. There's sweet fruits though. Hey, Mira.
I'm back. I got my Conviction Red at the airport in Calgary. Hey, Ken, I'm in Calgary tonight, just for a little bit.
So, Conviction, what did you get?
Well, they only had 2 Canadian wines here. One was Jackson Triggs, and one was Conviction. Apparently, it's a BC wine. It's red. I haven't tried it yet. I'm certainly jealous of you and your Syrah. But I have to tell you guys a funny story. So on this trip, I really felt like I was going back into communist times. I went back to my childhood growing up in Romania because there was a few queues where I had to show my papers. And everyone's showing their papers. And at one point, someone said I had the wrong papers. And I'm like, no, but they're federal papers. And then they calmed down. Anyways, here's the other thing that I'm doing, okay? I'm smuggling meat back into BC. So this is a nice, because I heard there's a meat shortage in the Okanagan due to the road situation. So I got some meat here. This is a strip loin for you, Carl. And then I got a tenderloin for me. See? Tenderloin. And then I got something else. Look at this. I got some fun looks at the airport. I got some frozen beef. Okay, so we'll be okay for a few days. Yeah. So go. Cheers.
This is extremely, extremely long. It lasts for, I would say, like a good 15, 20, no more than that, like 20, 25 seconds after the sip. It evolved a lot of white pepper, lingering white pepper. In terms of fruit, I'm more right now The blueberries are still on the palate. Raspberry jam. But what surprised me the most, it's the bright acidity. I was expecting something a little bit heavier. That I don't get that at all. It's a 14.5% alcohol. It doesn't show at all. It doesn't show that level of alcohol at all. The wood, the barrels are very well integrated. Yeah, the length. The length is absolutely spectacular. The length is going on and on and on and on. And whoop. There's some little bit of darker fruit like cassis in the back. Remember that lady? Hey, that's my mom.
My mom.
And the nose is getting sweeter as the wine opens up. So listen, this is definitely a super premium wine. Funny because I tasted the Black Hills Syrah last week live, and if I have to compare, I would say this here has more depth. This has more richness. This has more body, in a sense. It's more structure. The acidity level, they put stuff a little bit stiffer. But yeah, I think this wine will be good for another at least 8 years minimum. I don't think this wine is not priming yet. This wine will need a little bit more time to lay down. But geez, that the potential is like right up there. This is a 92 open 94. This is not a wine that I want rate just on one score. This the one is a 92 floor, 94, maybe 94 ceiling. Yeah, there's at least there's a potential to go on a 94, maybe even 95 on this one. There is a tremendous potential. I'm busy here. Like, this guy has a question for me. So if you guys can wait 5 seconds, I'll get back. Okay.
I am very jealous of your wine right now, Carl Boucher. I am very spoiled, is what I'm realizing. This is nothing like what you're having tonight. That's for sure.
Tell me what's in your glass. Let's say what? Sweet fruit.
It's that extremely stewed nose, like stewed with a lot of sugar or something on the nose, and then when you drink it, there's a real slitheriness. Yeah, Gail, I think you're right. I'm contemplating getting a Cosmo. Yeah, but it's interesting. It's drinkable. It's definitely drinkable, but it's not not something I'd ever get again. So,
and this really opening up right now. Oh my God.
Oh, just rub it in.
Oh, yeah. Oh my God. More and more every single. Yeah. So now what I want to do though, I don't have it closed. We'll do it together tonight. We'll try the Novino. Yeah, the potential is absolutely sky high for that wine. I would say 2 to 3 years in the cellar. That's where that wine's gonna shine the most. Like this is, yeah, this is premium. Listen, we're talking about $55 wine here. At $55, it needs to give me a shitload for me to get to the 93, 95 level. This gives me a shitload. Absolutely. I can see that in 3 to 5 years being the star of the show, no matter what you pop. Yeah. And like the texture again, remember like that soft texture of the 14? Let that sit a little longer, and I'm sure it can get to that level. It's not there yet, but the potential is absolutely off the chart.
That's
yeah, I'm
very
settling
exciting.
between.
Did you Enovino it?
No, that's why I was just looking around to see if I have one, and I can't see the Enovino around. So. Oh. Okay, do this.
It's really good for me to have a wine I don't enjoy because it helps me understand and appreciate the other ones.
I just wanna answer. Jean Denis says, put it in your decanter. I don't want to put it in the decanter, Jean Denis, for a reason. I'm going to retaste it again tomorrow. So if I put it in the decanter, it's going to be too advanced tomorrow. So by using the Enovino, now I'm decanting it, but one glass at a time. So I'm going to
maybe Jean Denis was talking to me. Jean Denis, were you talking about mine? I think if we decanted this, there wouldn't be much flavor left. Well, I'm living vicariously through y'all.
Yeah. Finish, spicy, long and spicy finish. I don't think that it reached the level of the 94 though. So 92 to 94 points, that's where I'm settling. It's still for a $55 bottle of wine, absolutely deliver a very high quality Syrah. Probably the best Syrah one of the top 3 Syrah that I tasted this year for sure. If I'm just like, I need to go review my whole year, but it's probably like, yeah, in the top 3 for sure. But maybe just not at the sky high level that the 2014 provided me. But a rock star wine, that's for sure. That is absolutely for sure. So yeah, Mira, we had a pretty cool experience on Monday night doing a full wine tasting under the candlelight during a power outage, a very extended power outage, actually.
We used up all of our fondue fuel.
Yes, we did. We drained all of the computer. Yeah, so we drained all of the batteries, of the computer batteries, because we had like that circle light that we could plug into the USB. Anyhow, we lost power for over 12 hours from where we were. So, I had Mark Simpson, owner, winemaker at the Siren's Call, who we are launching on Carl Setter. And Mark wanted to taste wine with us. He wanted to, obviously, yes, drop us some samples so we can promote it, do some stuff with it, taste it, do tasting notes, but he wanted to spend time with us. And we're like, okay, you can come over, but guess what? We have no power on here, so let's see what's going to happen. And at the end of the day, Mark spent 2 hours with us under the candlelight, tasting wines in the old-fashioned way. It was an absolutely amazing experience. His knowledge as a chemistry specialist, knowing the whole winemaking, his master blending philosophy, the way that he think with all of the stuff from vessel to barrel. Like, it was so interesting to chat with him, and we tasted some outstanding wines from Siren's Call. If people have never heard about Siren's Call, wait a couple days. We're gonna put it live on Carl's Cellar, but it's worth discovering. These wines are so well priced. His wines are so well made. His wines are so authentic for each varietal that he makes. It's absolutely wonderful. Couple stars that night that I tasted on Monday night. It's his Malbec Syrah. Syrah Malbec, 60% Syrah, 40% Malbec. It was absolutely blow my socks off. Also, his new release of Harmonious, is Bordeaux blend with Syrah added, absolutely spectacular as well. And his new release of the 2019 Malbec is something else, to my opinion. And I've been saying it for a long time now, that Mark Simpson is the best Malbec producer in Canada. The Malbec that he makes are wonderful. The 2019 is special. It's big. It's bigger than what he used to make before. It's richer. It's everything. So that wine was pretty cool to taste. Most of these wines are not available anywhere. They only are available. He put a discovery pack that you can find only at Carl's Cellar. So some pretty cool stuff. And he also did a I don't know how to call it, the varietal pack or whatever. It's 2 mini vertical, 3 vintages of Viognier and 3 vintages of Petit Verdot. He does 100% varietal Petit Verdot, or it's like such a pure representation of what PV is in the bottle, in the glass. So we have 3 vintage side by side of 17, 18, 19, and 3 vintage of his Viognier, 18, 19, and 20. All these 6 bottles on the second option pack. So that's going to be pretty cool. That should be up and running on probably Saturday at the latest, or Friday. So yeah, pretty excited to feature Mark, and thanks to him for coming over without power, under the candlelight, and just tasting wines with Mira and I. It was pretty darn cool chatting, like winemaking and all that stuff. So it was pretty cool. What do you think of that, Mira?
Yeah, it's been a really adventurous week, that's for sure. And I'm just super glad we're safe, and everyone's safe. And yeah, not anything like what they're going through in Hope, Abbotsford, those kinds of places.
No, I'm with you. There's been some tough moments right now. We want to tell that to everyone who are in these areas, that we are thinking of them, and to keep the courage and prayers and all of their strength at the right place, because yeah, these are tough moments. These floods are absolutely crazy. We've been through that when we were in Calgary. That's funny because Mira and I moved together during the flood of the very famous flood in Calgary. I think it was in 2013, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, so we experienced that. This is the pretty crazy time. So to our people who are in the mainland, Chilliwack, and all of these regions, please, our prayers are with you. And especially, I hope our friends at Clay Martin is all good and all safe with everything happening around him. So yeah, to everyone around the country, send prayer and talk to our friends through the Lower Mainland. Meanwhile, we don't have anything at the grocery store around here. It's pretty crazy. And even this morning, I stopped at Tim Horton, and there's a big sign where you put the order in, says, please be patient with us. We are out of ... everything. And after school, I promised the kids to buy them a pizza. I had to go through 3 pizza store to find a place with with supply so they can make pizza. So it's a real thing. So yeah,
It's pretty intense. This is not stuff we're used to.
yeah, I know. It's pretty crazy.
Wow.
So I'm having here the 2017 Harmonious. For the people who are wondering what is this wine, so this is Siren's Call. This is Mark's flagship. This is gold medalist at the All Canadian Wine Championship. So yeah, one of the top blend. And for $35, this wine, to me, worth easily $50. Easily for $50. $35, one of the best value wine. So yeah, a blend of the 5 Bordeaux grapes, and on top some Syrah. Softness, creaminess. Nice balance, nice tannin, round tannin, nothing too aggressive. There's no edge on that, really round. Very, very well made $35 flagship wine. Very, very well made. Yeah. So yeah. So Mira, what time are you departing?
In about 10 minutes, I better go and, wait in line or stand by the door or something. But it's been lovely seeing you guys. Cheers.
Cheers to you. Thanks for tuning in. We will I will.
Oh, Jean-Denis asking about the Summerhill Chapter. Curious about this wine. Did you taste that when you were at the winery?
I've never tasted it. Yo, I saw your question earlier, Jean-Denis. Sorry about that. To be honest with you, I have no clue. I've never tasted it. I saw it on the website earlier today. Last month, but I've never tasted it. So what I would do, next time around that I'm driving by the winery, I should swing by, get a bottle, and do a little live review here. Might be something to do, but no, I've never tried it. I've never read about it, so I don't know if there's anything special about, because I know that they also do some kosher wine and all of that stuff, but I've never heard about it. I've never read about the Keter. So sorry, JD, I cannot not answer that question. And also something pretty cool happened today. I got a text message with 2 pictures on, and it was our friend, the average wine enthusiast, Mike Laplante, sitting with what's Jacob's dad?
Oh, no. Andre
Lipinski, and him. So Mike and Andre at the winery, hugging and cheering, and Kevin and Mike at Cellar 2027 Cellar. So Mike was decided to go touring a little bit in Niagara this week, and we connected him with Lipinski at Big Head, and also with Kevin at Cellar 2027, 2 of our favorite wineries in Niagara. everything turned out that the winemakers and the owners were available. They spent time with Mike. So for us, for Mira and I, for what we do, that is the biggest reward of what we do, to see the member enjoying these experience with the people who make the wines, who build these wineries, build their dream, and now sharing that with our members. It was really, really cool for me to see Mike, like the appointment that we booked, and he made it, and like they spent time with him. So it was pretty cool. So for me, that was my paycheck today. I was really happy to see the whole thing. So yeah.
Amazing.
So,
That's super cool.
it is really, really cool. I was pretty happy. So I will see you later, Mira. Thanks for tuning in.
Cheers, you guys.
I will go take care of the three boys.
Good luck.
And yeah.
John Denise asking about a New Year's Eve event, and
Yes.
on the same lines is this Advent calendar. Very coming soon. New Year's Eve for sure. I think we can do.
New Year's Eve, yes, we can. Mira, we talk about it. Yes, we will make it happen. We want to do it, and it's easy. Yes, New Year's is a goal for sure. Hoping to get 30 to 35 people again this year. The exact same model. The Advent calendar, logistically, is something that mixing and matching wineries is a logistic nightmare. And legally, it's not the work. I don't mind to do the whole work, but legally, to go around all of these loops, it's pretty tricky. It's pretty risky as well. So we've been looking at the solution at many different angles. I don't think that it will be something doable. There's one more quick option that we still exploring, that we have to make a final call by the end of this week. But don't hold your breath. It might happen, and if it happens, it will be in a very, very small quantity. And if it's an F with a capital I, a capital F, and don't quote me on that.
The wineries are not allowed to co-pack each other's wines. So if we have a mixed pack, generally it has to go either through a restaurant or through a retailer. And then if you do that, you're going through the government first. And most wineries that we would want to feature in this don't have those wines in the system with the government. So that's the trouble. But anyway, New Year's for sure. And we might have found a way, at least for a BC wine pack, not necessarily combined with Ontario, which would be the ultimate Canadian wine pack. But anyway, we'll see how that goes. Cheers, you guys. Have an amazing night. Thank you, Carl Boucher. We'll see you real soon.
Take care. Safe travel. So, yeah, partner is coming back home. I have 3 kids to go feed dinner. Oh no, there's leftover pizza, so can keep going for a couple more minutes. So yeah, now this week the offer ends at the end of Thursday, so until tomorrow night. Summerhill Pyramid Estate Wineries, 6 bottles, biodynamic Riesling, biodynamic Chardonnay, biodynamic Pinot, the multi-vintage red blend, the Spadefoot Toad Syrah 2016, and the Sipes are the 6-pack Discovery. As a bonus pick, we have the Spadefoot Toad Sangiovese and a Magnum of a 2012 Riesling as well available. So a nice big large format of Riesling for Christmas dinner. So yeah, that's for this week offer. Next week we are going to do Fogelar. Fogelar Winery is a small producer out of Ontario. We're going to do 3 Rieslings, 3 Cab Franc. Yes. 2 single vineyard Riesling, 1 cuvee Riesling, 2 single vineyard Cab Franc, 1 cuvee Cabernet Franc. So super affordable. We're talking like $17 to $25 per. So yeah, 3 Rieslings, 3 Cab Franc coming your way next week. This week we're finishing up with Summerhill, and Carl Cellars is up and running. 9 wineries. Time family of wines, Spearhead, Black Market, Tenderhope. We also have Stag's Hollow, Lunescence, Cellar, the 2027 Cellar from Ontario, 13th Street, Westcott. Next week, I'm going to be at Spearhead tasting with Grant Stanley, the winemaker, 4 of their Pinot Noir, their 3 single vineyard Pinot Noir, and their cuvee Pinot Noir. All of them took platinum at the last either Lieutenant Governor Award or the National Wine Championship. They absolutely cleaned up this year. I think they've been named number 10 Small Winery of the Year. They are on the rise. It's on Carl Cellars right now. On Tuesday, 10 a.m., I'm going to be tasting live with Grant all of these Pinots together, and we're going to clip a nice little video. And one night next week, not sure exactly which one, myself, Mira, and Carolyn Hurst at Westcott from Ontario are going to taste their terroir Chardonnay pack. 3 Chardonnays from 3 single vineyards. So live with Carolyn next week. So also, if anyone here runs a business, work with the business, or you guys think you need something for Christmas, or a virtual tasting for Christmas, gathering among staff, among family, let us know. The phones is ringing a lot right now. We have demand for all over the country. Shipping will be a challenge this year, so get your email in. Call me. Send me an email if you need. It can be for 5 people. It can be for 100 people. Let me know what's your need. A big law firm, a insurance broker, or a family party. Doesn't matter what's your need. We're there for you. You know what we can do, Mira and I. We're looking forward to celebrate with all of you. So, Canadian wine lovers, Carl's Wine Club members, all of you guys across the country, thank you for tuning in. Cheers to that, because Spadefoot Toad 2016 is not disappointing. Have a great rest of your week, and we'll chat with you next time.